Hello, EV trailblazers, savvy investors, and world shapers. Welcome back to Investing Lighthouse. Get ready for an exciting adventure because we're going on an electrifying adventure today. We're zooming into the electrifying universe of Tesla and its ingenious strategies to tackle the EV industry's electrifying challenges, which might revolutionize how we view EV charging stations. So, charge up your enthusiasm and let's dive in. Get ready for a high-voltage journey into a compelling idea that could redefine your EV charging experience. Let's set the stage by quickly discussing some of the main challenges often cited for the adoption of EVs and how Tesla is addressing these hurdles. First up, the elephant in the room: cost. Now, electric cars are the Ferraris of the future. Smooth, silent, and oh so sleek. But like Ferraris, they can also come with a hefty price tag. The upfront cost of an EV is often higher than its gas-guzzling counterpart. Take the Tesla Model 3, which can run you about $40,000, compared to a Toyota Camry starting at around $25,000. You could buy a Camry and still have enough change to take a trip to Hawaii. But Tesla is all over this. The cost of their EVs has been dropping as they're increasing production efficiency, scaling up, innovating with cheaper batteries, and betting on the long game. You'll be chuckling as you make your way to the bank while others are still filling up at that gas station. After all, the cost of owning an EV drops when you factor in the lower fuel and maintenance costs. Moving on to the next speed bump: charging time. Charging an EV might make you feel like you're watching paint dry or waiting for the next season of your favorite show to drop. You can't just pop into a station and fill up your EV in 3 minutes flat. But don't worry, Elon Musk isn't just sitting around and tweeting. Tesla has been continuously improving their supercharger network, which can juice up your EV to get you 200 miles of range in just about 15 minutes. And speaking of range, let's discuss range anxiety, the EV equivalent of, will my phone die before I get home? If you're driving a Tesla Model S, you can travel over 400 miles without recharge. That's like driving from LA to San Francisco all on one charge. But if you're in an EV with a smaller battery, say a Nissan Leaf with a range of 150 miles, you might sweat a little when you pass that last charging station. Up next, infrastructure, or the lack thereof. Charging stations need to be as common as Starbucks outlets to really make EVs the norm. Tesla has been leading the charge quite literally, building supercharger stations across the globe faster than you can say lithium-ion battery. Finally, we have battery lifespan, the Achilles heel of rechargeable devices. You wouldn't want your car's battery to kick the bucket halfway into your road trip, would you? Well, fear not, because an average Tesla battery is projected to last between 300,000 and 500,000 miles. That's 12 to 20 times around the Earth. However, EV batteries, like any rechargeable, do degrade over time. Still, the good news is that with Tesla's focus on battery innovation, the lifespan of these batteries could outlast your love for avocado toast. Now, let's move on to one fascinating and truly innovative approach Tesla explores to address the charge time issue. Picture this: you pull up at a Tesla supercharger, plug in your car, and instead of twiddling your thumbs for the next 20 to 30 minutes, you stroll over to a retro-looking diner before savoring a burger or watching a classic flick in a drive-in setting. Sounds dreamy, doesn't it? This is not a fantasy, folks. At a recent Investor Day presentation, Tesla teased a slide showcasing a retro-inspired diner and drive-in nestled right next to their supercharging stations. It's got the cool vibes of an old school drive-in movie and a rooftop patio for those perfect weather days. Quite a refreshing change from staring at your charge meter, wouldn't you agree? But this isn't just about the novelty. There are both upsides and downsides that should be taken into consideration in this venture. Could this venture generate billions in revenue or become a financial sinkhole? On the sunny side, this is an ingenious way to address one of the significant drawbacks of EVs: charge time. While Tesla's superchargers are indeed super, a full charge could still take anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. This venture could turn this inconvenience into an enjoyable pit stop. It's much easier to wait out your charging time when you're sipping on a milkshake and grooving to retro tunes. Secondly, having restaurants at supercharging stations could increase dwell time. We've got captive customers who can now enjoy a meal, maybe even catch a flick while their car charges. This could not only improve the overall customer experience, but it could also bring in billions in additional revenue. More time spent means more money spent, right? The diner and drive-in could also change the charging stop from a pit stop to a destination. Imagine families planning road trips with Tesla diners as meal stops, or friends catching up over a milkshake while their cars charge up. The possibilities are intriguing and potentially lucrative. But let's consider the flip side. Starting a restaurant chain is no piece of cake. The restaurant industry is notorious for being incredibly challenging and highly competitive. Tesla, primarily an automobile and energy company, lacks experience in this sector, which might make this venture a risky proposition. Moreover, while the concept looks great on paper, execution will be crucial. Some potential issues are ensuring consistent food quality and managing operations and staff across numerous locations. Furthermore, the additional capital required to start this venture might be a potential downside. Tesla will need to invest in infrastructure, hiring, training, food sourcing, and more. This could mean diverting resources from their primary operations. Can Tesla juggle building world-class EVs and flipping tasty burgers? That said, Tesla isn't the only one eyeing EV charging stations as a potential goldmine. Other brands like Subway are recognizing the value of these captive audiences. Subway, for instance, has been teaming up with charging stations across Europe to catch those hungry travelers. Picture this: you pull up to charge your EV, and instead of a fast food joint, you find a Subway, ready to provide you with a healthier alternative. The charging station food court war has begun. So, what are the implications for the Tesla investor? The diner and drive-in concept could be a new catalyst, adding a revenue stream and enhancing brand loyalty. It also sets Tesla apart in the EV market, much like adding hot sauce to a dish. Nevertheless, like any investment opportunity, there are inherent risks involved. Tesla's lack of experience in the restaurant industry is certainly a concern. The potential failure of this venture could divert valuable resources from their core business. It's like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Risky and requires incredible skill. So there you have it, folks. A Tesla diner and drive-in concept is exciting and could redefine the EV charging experience. The future will ultimately reveal whether this dream will come true. We're eager to hear your thoughts and insights. Join the conversation below. Do you believe Tesla could successfully redefine the EV charging stations of tomorrow? Until then, keep those EVs charged and ready to zoom into a more sustainable future. Stay plugged in. Remember to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel for more electrifying news on EVs and investments.